Hola, hola, hola. Today, Mujeres, I want to ask you a question. What if, really think about this because this is an internal question. What if I told you that the very thing standing between you and your breakthrough is not your strategy? It's not your marketing plan. It is not your content calendar or your budget. What if the missing piece, the key, has been inside you this whole time? Stay with me, because today I'm going to share something that changed everything for me. And I have a feeling that it's going to change something for you as well. Welcome, 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 everybody. Bienvenidas, bienvenidos. Welcome back to another episode of Mujer de Exito, Unbounded, Woman of Success Without Limits. I am your host, Marti Angel. I am an entrepreneur, a biz coach, a yoga therapist, and a Latina author. You know, I'm on a journey just like you to become. If this is your first time here at the Mujer de Exito Unbounded and you're watching me on the Coach Marti Angel YouTube channel, remember to subscribe and hit that bell so you never ever miss an episode. Mujeres, and if you're listening to me, si me estás escuchando on your favorite podcast platform, gracias por estar aquí. I am so incredibly grateful for you, my watchers from the YouTube channel, and also my listeners from wherever you're listening in. And if you've been riding with me, gracias. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. Today's episode is one I've been sitting with for a while. And Mujeres Hermosas Chulas, it is personal. It is very personal. It is real. And I believe the universe is sending it to exactly the right person, the right ears at exactly the right time. If you are listening here, if you have inadvertently heard or seen this podcast and you start listening, there is a message here for you because everything happens on purpose. Today, Ahora, we are talking about what to do when you feel stuck. Trust me, I've been stuck for a while, more than once. Mujeres hermosas chulas, not just a little off. I mean that deep, heavy, soul-tired kind of stuck. When the money slows down, when the momentum disappears, when the creativity stagnates, when you've tried everything the coaches told you to try, and nada está trabajando, and nothing is working. Mujeres, let's go deeper. Are you ready? Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Let's talk about, really need to talk about being stuck. Let me paint a picture for you. Being stuck. Being stuck in tu negocio, being stuck in your business, being stuck in whatever you're doing. Let me paint this picture. Tell me, dime, if this sounds familiar. You wake up in the morning and before your feet even hit the floor, you're already calculating. You're already thinking, what am I going to make for dinner? And you start your day thinking about the end of the day, right? What am I going to make for dinner? Who's going to pick up the kids from school? All of that. Notice that you start your day thinking about the end of your day. How is this going to end up, right? You wake up in the morning and you're just calculating. Mujeres, let me tell you that means you're already spiraling, right? You come to your computer, you check your inbox, and nada. You check your DMs, calladito todo, everything quiet. You look at your numbers and something in your chest tightens. Or better yet, you don't even want to look at those numbers. You look down and think, oh, no, right? You scroll, you thumb scroll. Notice your thumb is hurting from so much scrolling. You scroll through social media and you see her. La ves. Another mujerpreneur living in what looks like the life that you're building toward. And all of a sudden you feel like, whoa. Something hits you right in the heart, maybe in the tummy. Another launch. She's doing another launch. Oh my God. She's got another sold out retreat. Oh, she just acquired another testimonial. And instead of feeling inspired, you feel behind. You feel desperate even. You feel jealousy. You feel envy. So you do what any driven, ambitious mujerpreneur would do. Trabajas más duro. You work harder. You work longer hours. You push yourself. You post more. You tweak your offer. You invest in another course. You join another mastermind. You hire another coach. You listen to every podcast. You read every book. You follow every guru. You pivot. You rebrand. You try a new niche. You try a new platform. And still, todavía, nothing moves. Can I tell you something? Gently, with all the love in my heart, les puedo ofrecer algo? The problem was never your content, mujeres hermosas chulas. It was never your offer. It was never your strategy. El problema no eras tú. The universe was trying to tell you something. And it was whispering to you in ways that hopefully you would listen. But you discounted them. Maybe you thought it was a fly in your hair, in your ear. But it's whispering. The universe is whispering to you in the only language that gets our attention when nothing else works. Silencio, silence, stillness, and the sensation of carrying bricks on your back. Tell me, have you been there? I know I have. So let me share my story. I want to share with you the day I finally listened. Because sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, it takes a few slaps back and forth to really listen. Sometimes I'm very stubborn, being a Taurus, right? But okay, so here it goes. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment as I take you down my storybook lane. I want to take you back to a season in my life that I don't talk about enough. You see, I have been an entrepreneur since I was 6 years old. Yep, you heard that right, since I was 6. Before I even knew what the word entrepreneurship meant. Because entrepreneurship está en mi sangre, está en mis huesos. But for a long time, I was what I call a straddler. I had one foot in a job and one foot in my business, trying to build an empire in the spaces in between. Have you been there? And then, y luego, there came a moment more than once, honestly, more than once. Sometimes, those moments come And, the universe says, okay, you didn't listen the first time. Paz, let me give it to you again. I've been there. So there was a moment when I felt my business slipping. The money flow slowed to almost nothing. The clients weren't coming. The retreats weren't filling. It felt like I was carrying a load of bricks on my back just to show up every single day. And I did what we all do. I looked outward. I watched what other mujerpreneurs were doing, and the more I watched, the more desperate I became. The more I compared, the more I contracted, the more I hustled harder, and the more I did that, the more I saw that I wasn't really getting anywhere. Then one day, Mujeres hermosas chulas, in my morning meditation, un día, and I want to be clear, meditation for me is a non-negotiable. It is a daily routine. It is part of my daily routine. It is sacred to me. I felt something I could not fully explain in words. A presence, a nudge, a whisper from something greater than myself that said, let go. Stop pushing. And at first, I resisted it. ¿Cómo voy a soltar? ¿Cómo voy a dejar de empujar? Because everything I had been told by the coaches, by the business mentor, by the influencers, by the hustle culture that we've all been swimming in for far too long was the opposite. Post more, advertise more, talk more, habla más, postea más, right? Get out more, network more, do more, create more. But that's even just saying that just makes me feel tired. But something else came to the surface in that stillness. Una memoria, a memory. A phrase from a coaching session I'd been in, something that had been quietly living in the back of my mind. Something that told me, Marti, when you are not earning, you must be learning. And for the first time in a very long time, I understood that learning didn't just mean a new course. Learning didn't just mean a new skill. It meant learning yourself. Estudiándome a mí misma. So I turned inward. Yep. I took inventory of what I was actually feeling in my body. And mujeres hermosas, chulas. What I found shook me to the core. There was nervous energy everywhere. I felt like like little ants crawling everywhere. My chest was tight. My mind was scattered. Fear was gripping my body. I couldn't fully concentrate on anything. And I was running on fumes and adrenaline and fear, and I was putting that energy into everything I was creating and sending out into el mundo, the world. Y en ese momento, in that moment, I realized I needed to stop. Not forever, but long enough to heal, long enough to stop pushing, long enough to stop feeling that monkey on my back. So I made a decision that felt terrifying. I mean, really terrifying and counterintuitive at the same time. You see, here's what I did. I took a hiatus from posting. Yes, I did. I stepped back from the noise. I turned off my phone at night. I stopped the doom scrolling. I started taking long walks in nature. I leaned into every healing tool I had. My Reiki practice, my yoga therapy, my yoga practice, my nutritional practice, my meditations, my prayers, my affirmation app that I created. And I looked for the good in everything. And I tried to listen to myself so that if I was reacting, I would notice that I was reacting, and then I would, surrender it to the Lord. I chose gratitude over grasping. Mujeres hermosas chulas. I had finally stopped trying to fix my business and started tending to moi, to me, myself, and I. So I began my trek to learn about me, to help me, to self-develop me, to honor me, to see me. I wanted other people to see me, but I wasn't seeing myself. And then something happened. Algo maravilloso me pasó. My yoga healing retreat started filling up. My nutritional practice started getting booked. My book began to receive attention. My podcast, this podcast, the one you're listening to, Mujer de Exito, Unbounded, was chosen for the 1 million podcast list. Yes. Mujeres hermosas chulas, I'm taking a break real quick. I want you to, if this is already resonating with you, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell and download the episode so you can hear it again if you're listening to me wherever you listen to your favorite shows. But my book began to receive attention and my podcast was chosen, like I said before, for the 1 million podcast list. And Mujeres hermosas chulas, the breakthrough came. Not because I pushed harder, but because I finally got out of my own way. It was, let me explain this because you gotta hear this. It was the most counterintuitive thing I have ever done. It's like when they tell you, stand still and the bee won't get you. And you're like, you're crazy. I'm going to stand still. The bee's going to get me, right? And you don't believe. So it was the most counterintuitive thing because everybody else was saying, do more, do more, do more, say more, be more, talk more, do more, blah, blah. And it was the most powerful thing I have ever discovered in my life. Now, I want to share with you why the external fix will never be enough. You see, we're all buzzing around. We all see these people say, you should be making $35,000 a month. You should see how much I made in 1 month. You should see. Everybody's showing off what they're making. Seriously? Why the external fix will never be enough. So here, Mujeres hermosas chulas, I want to break this down for you because I think it's important that we understand why this happens. Not just that it happened to me. No nada más porque me pasó a mí. ¿Quién soy yo? Solamente soy hija de Dios. Here's the truth. Mujeres hermosas, chulas. Here's the truth that no one in the online business world wants to say out loud, and they're all feeling the same thing. You cannot grow your business past the level of your own growth. Woo! Mic drop. Let me repeat that. You cannot grow your business past the level of your own growth. Read that again. If you're reading it in the show notes, read that again. Sit with it. You see, we're taught that success is a formula. Nos dicen que el éxito es una fórmula. Si tú sigues esta fórmula, esto te va a llegar. No. That, we keep hearing, if you just follow this right strategy, work this right funnel, post this right time, use these right hashtags, the results will come. And yes, those things matter. Strategy matters, but la estrategia sí vale la pena, pero la estrategia sin estar alineada tú con esa estrategia, no sirve de nada. Strategy without alignment is like a beautiful car with no fuel. It's pretty to look at, but it goes nowhere. It looks good, and it goes nowhere. Yes. Once again, if this is landing with you, if this is even just a little bit of intuitive nature kind of running through you, and if you want to share this, please do this. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell and share it out. Help me so that I can help more mujerpreneurs rock six figures and begin to live their best life. Okay, so let's go back to when we are emotionally dysregulated. When you are operating from fear and scarcity, carrying unprocessed stress in your bodies, when we are energetically repelling the very things that we are trying to attract, the universe is not punishing us. No nos está, el universo no nos está empujando. El universo no está haciendo que las cosas sean mal. No nos está castigando. It is pausing us. Nos está pidiendo una pausa. It is saying, el universo nos está diciendo, not yet, mi amorcito. You are not ready to hold what you are asking for. Yep, that's the truth. Think about it this way. Have you ever gotten what you wanted before you were ready for it? You watched it fall apart, didn't you? That's not bad luck. That was just misalignment. It dissolved because it wasn't your time. It wasn't the time for you to be aligned with it. You were not ready to sustain it. Let me repeat that. That's not bad luck. It is misalignment. You see, mujeres hermosas, chulas, the expansion of your business requires the expansion of you. That is so incredibly important for you to understand. And sometimes, many times, the most productive thing you as a mujerpreneur can do is take a breath, move back, and do nada. Do nothing. Or rather, nothing that looks like business. Because the real work is happening somewhere deeper. Let me invite you to pause. I want to stop here for a moment and invite you. If you are driving, find a moment after this to revisit this episode. If you are walking, maybe slow your pace a little bit. Take a deep breath. If you are sitting, grab a journal. If you are looking at yourself in the mirror, smile and say, I love you. I'm going to ask you some questions. You don't have to answer them right now, but I want you to feel them. A little bit of self-coaching in this episode, right? I want you to feel them. Number 1, here goes. When you think about your business and you think about where your business is right now, where does your body hold that feeling? Think about it. Did it make you burp? In Reiki, we use burping as a sign. Did you feel it in your chest? Did you feel it in your stomach? Did you feel it right here in your shoulders? What is your body trying to tell you? You see, the other thing I want you to think about is in the last 30 days, how much of your business work has been driven by inspiration? And how much has been driven by fear or comparison? Next one. If you stopped looking at what everyone else was doing, if you stopped looking to the right and to the left, behind you, in front of you, and just stayed right here, if you unplugged completely for 17 to 72 hours, what would your own intuition tell you to do next? Completamente. Tienes que respirar y entrar adentro de ti. Number 4, and your 4th self-coaching question. What have you been avoiding doing for yourself because you have been too busy doing everything for everybody else and your business? I know. You see, we think that we have to keep going. We think, I got to keep going, because when I sit down, I'll never get up. Wrong. I want you to sit with those questions. They're not comfortable questions. They're not meant to be, but they're honest ones. Now, you're probably going to ask me, what does inner work actually look like, Marti? I mean, give me examples. Okay. Some of you might be thinking, okay, well, yeah, great, Marti. This sounds beautiful, but what does inner work look like? I'm a businesswoman. I need something concrete. All right. Let me give it to you. Déjame decirte, mujeres hermosas chulas. Inner work is not a luxury. Trabajar en sí mismo no es un lujo. Es un deber. It is not a retreat for women who have time. It is a requirement for sustainable success. And here's what it looked like for me. Let me share. And what it might look like for you. It looked like silence. No podcasts blaring, no notifications pulling at me, just me, my breath, and whatever was trying to surface. It looked like movement. Long walks in nature where I wasn't listening to anything, just observing. What do the trees look like today? Simple little things, just looking around. Look at the light above me. Look at the hat on my head. You know, simple little things. What does the air feel like on my skin? Getting out of my head and back into my body. In a sense, it looked like prayer. Honest conversations with God. That's what I had with the universe. Looking up to the sky and saying, Lord, I am grateful for everything I have, for all that I am and all that I'm about to become. looking up with whatever you call your divine. Not asking for more clients, just saying, I trust you. I know this pause is for me. Help me to see the good. Show me who I need to become. It looked like healing. For me, it looked like everything that I had already been certificated in. A Reiki master, yoga therapy, breath work, nutrition, tending to my nervous system like it was sacred. Because it is. It looked like unplugging, phone off at night, no scrolling before bed, protecting my mind from the noise that was keeping me in a constant state of comparison and urgency. And it looked like looking for the good in everything. Actively. Mujeres hermosas, chulas, how many of us actively look intentionally for the good in everything? You see, actively practicing gratitude, not toxic positivity. I'm not saying pretend that everything's fine. I'm saying train your eyes to find the evidence that things can and will get better. This, mujeres hermosas chulas, this is inner work. And it is the most advanced business strategy I know of. You see, mujeres, the universe has not forgotten you. El universo no se les ha olvidado que estás ahí. Let me speak directly to you, the mujer who considers herself spiritual, who prays, who believes in something greater than herself, because I know that you are listening. Sometimes when everything slows down and nothing seems to be working, the enemy of our soul would like us to believe that we have been abandoned. No es cierto. That God has forgotten us, that the universe has moved on. But I want you to hear this. Escucha esto. Escucha esto claramente. The slowdown is not a punishment. It is preparation. Think about a seed before it breaks through the soil and becomes something visible, hermosas and beautiful. It goes through a period of underground, in the dark, en el callado, in the quiet, where everything necessary is happening beneath the surface. No one can see it. The seed itself might not understand it, but the growth is real. You, mujeres hermosas chulas, are in a season of underground growth. The pause is part of the plan. When I honor my daily meditation and prayer practice, I am reminded again and again that my job is not to force the harvest. My job is to tend the soil, to show up prepared, healed, aligned, and then trust. But they wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. Wait. 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 That's what your intuition is telling you. Wait. But wait does not mean do nothing. Wait means trust while you prepare. Get ready on the inside for what you are asking for on the outside. Your breakthrough is not delayed. It is being perfectly timed. Let me repeat that. Your breakthrough is not delayed. It is being perfectly, perfectamente timed. So, mujer, let me bring this home now. If you are feeling stuck today, if the money has slowed, if the clients aren't coming, if your books aren't selling, if the momentum has disappeared, I want you to resist the urge to do what every outside voice is telling you to do. before you begin to post more, before you send more money to the advertisers, before you spend more on ads, before you rebrand again, before you buy another course, before you hire another coach, regresa a ti. Come home to yourself first. Check in with your body. Sit in the silence. Pray. Walk in nature. Heal what needs healing. Rest what needs rest. Honor your intuition. That quiet, steady voice that has never actually led you astray, even when you stop listening to it, that equation for success is not always external. Most times, it is deeply, profoundly internal. You are not broken. No estás quebrada. Hermosas, chulas, your business is not broken. Tu negocio no está quebrado. You are being invited to expand. And the most exciting thing, you already have everything you need to do it. You've always been the missing ingredient. Let it land, mujeres. Oh, if today's episode landed in your heart, if something stirred in you, if you felt seen or called forward, I want to stay connected with you beyond this podcast. Come find me on Substack. That is where I go deeper, the reflections, the tools, the stories that don't always fit into an episode. It's where we build comunidad as mujerpreneurs on this journey together. The link is in the show notes. Come, say hello, subscribe, and let me know what resonated with you today. And remember to subscribe here on the Coach Marti Angel YouTube channel. And if you know a mujer who needs to hear this episode, a friend, una comadre, a sister, a coworker who is in the thick of it right now, please share this with her. You might just be the reason her breakthrough comes sooner. Hermosas chulas, gracias, gracias, gracias for being here. I do not take your time for granted. Hasta la próxima. Keep tending to yourself, mujer hermosa chula. The harvest is coming. Les dejo un fuerte abrazo con mucho amor. This is Marti Angel, host of the Mujer de Exito Unbounded show, saying gracias por estar aquí. Namaste. Have a beautiful day, everybody.